What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite. Welcome back to Rebuilding Everton. Today we have two tough games against Man City and Arsenal. Saying that, they're not doing that well in the league. Man City especially, they're 12th in the league, but they're only 5 points behind us, so it's not that big of a deal. Arsenal are 9th in the league, but they're only 3 points behind us, so they're still right up there with us. We're doing pretty well, not as well as I'd hoped. We went on a pretty bad stretch, but we seem to have kind of gotten out of it. We had that terrible stretch when we played last episode, Burnley, Southampton. We lost both of those games. We beat Watford, fortunately, but since then, it wasn't much better. We drew with Wolves 1-1, and that was only thanks to a 91st minute rocket by Celso Majeros from the edge of the box. I moved him up to a central midfielder in a 4-2-3-1, I believe, and he got around the edge of the box and just put in an absolute rocket. So he saved us the game there, even though we were the better team. We had more XG, more shots on target. We're not being clinical. Like, Kai Watkins-Jones hadn't scored in like 10 games going into this game, so I benched him for Vidovic. Vidovic was pretty awful for the Wolves game. Kai came in and did nothing for the little time he had either, but I played Vidovic again against West Ham, and we drew 0-0. Both teams had a sending off. They had a sending off in the 74th minute. We had a sending off in the 91st minute. So our sending off didn't really matter. The game was pretty much already over. Celso got sent off, but he had gotten injured in training the day after, so it didn't really matter. Like, he was going to miss that game anyways, and he didn't really harm us in this game. But we just weren't good enough going forward. Alexander Douglas was absolutely awful. Olaru was awful. Vidovic wasn't very good. 6.9, but he obviously missed a bunch of chances. Kaltoft had been doing nothing. But then we just, decided we want to play, and we scored 6 goals. We won 6-2 against Bournemouth, and 3 of them were after a sending off. We were 3-1 up. Heber Albarracin got sent off in the 50th minute for a second yellow, and then we scored 3 goals. They scored 1 for the rest of the game after the sending off. So that's pretty impressive to score 3 goals down a man. I switched to a 4-3-2 with 3 central midfielders and 2 strikers. And it seemed to work pretty well because we scored like crazy. Like, I don't understand what was different this game. I brought Kai Watkins-Jones back in, and he scored a hat trick. Kaltoft also scored a hat trick. So that was pretty ridiculous because both have been doing absolutely nothing for a while. Like, Kai scored in the very first game of the season against Leeds, and he didn't score a single goal until that Bournemouth match. He went on like a 12-13 game streak without scoring a goal. And then Kaltoft hadn't scored in like 4 or 5 games. Didn't score. This last game was Watford, the one we showed last time. This was the last game he scored in. So he had gone 5 games without scoring again. Well, that was his 5th game without scoring. And then he scored a hat trick. So I don't understand this team. But hopefully that means we're in good form going into the Man City and Arsenal match. If we can, continue that form and we play out against Bournemouth, continue that clinical edge that we just didn't show for 4 straight matches. Even though I'm pretty sure we were the better team in every single match. Burnley, we had more XG, more shots. Southampton, they might have had the lead in that Southampton match. Yeah, they were much better in the Southampton match, but every other one we were better. We had more XG against Wolves, way more XG against West Ham. We had 2 XG. They had like 0.5, and we drew 0-0. Like, that's just terrible from your front 3. Just absolutely terrible. Then we just destroyed Bournemouth. So, yeah, interesting. But going into this Man City match, this is the squad I'm going with. Messalongas in goal, of course. Sousa and Marshall are finally back together at center back. They're both healthy at the same time. Marshall hasn't been in very good form. He's only playing a 6.76, but he had a good game last game, so hopefully he can keep that going. Veridiano gets to start at right back because Albarracin has continued to be awful. Thomas Duffy's been in decent form, so he gets to start at left back. Ferreira gets to start because Malheiros is still injured. He's out for another 2 days. So Ferreira starts. House and Bruno goes on the bench. Zigovic and Velton seem to be our in-form midfield partnership right now. Zigovic is always good. Velton's been in pretty good form recently. Olaru's done nothing. He had a good game last game, but prior to that, he'd done nothing. And then Diop is just an absolutely horrific footballer. He's absolutely horrific. 6.54 average rating. And that's probably been over like the last 10 matches because he's just not done anything since he had that 110 in preseason. He's done absolutely nothing. So he's not even in the bench. He's completely benched. I'm going to sell him. If I can get 80 million for him, that's an absolute steal. So I'm gonna see how much I can get for him. I'll bring back the guy we have out on loan because he's been doing really well at Benfica. The my whatever his name is. He's been doing really well at Benfica. So I'm hoping he can come here and become a starter over here, Everton and Olaru. After I sell Diop, hopefully I can sell Diop in the January transfer window. But Caltoft and Watkins Jones starts. They had hat tricks in the last game, so hopefully they can play well this game. Let's just get around to the game against Man City. Of course, it's going to be an avenge shout. I know a lot of you will be keen to avenge what happened when we last played Man City. Go out there and express yourselves. I've literally said it against every single team. We must have lost every single game pretty much last season, or 2 seasons ago. Yeah, Fidel Jimenez, this dude is insane. Look at this dude's ratings. Holy crap. He's absolutely nuts. He's over 16 and over half of his ratings. His physical's absolutely crazy. His mental's absolutely crazy. His technical's absolutely crazy. This is one of the best players I've ever seen in Football Manager. Like, he's better than Messi. He's absolutely nuts. And they bought him for $213 million from Atletico Madrid. So, a lot to spend on him, but probably worth it. 62 appearances for Spain, scored 21 goals at 26 years old. He's putting in 7.8, 7.6s, 7.4, 7.5s. Yeah, he's just a nuts player. We obviously don't have anyone close to what he is. Is stopping Fidel Jimenez a worry given the form he's been in? He's a considerable threat, and we might have to hope he has an off day. Leonidas Messalongas has really caught the eye in goal recently in recent matches. How important will he be here today? A good team is nothing without a top goalkeeper, and we're lucky to have him. He's been pretty good. I'm very happy with Messalongas. There's been some teams coming in trying to sign him, but I don't really want to sell him. I think he could easily be a goalkeeper that we get top half with. I don't know if we can win a Premier League with him. Might need an improvement if we're going to win the Premier League, but we can easily finish top half with Messalongas in net. I'm pretty sure. He's been pretty good for us. So Watford have been absolutely ridiculous so far. Up 7, 8 points on us so far, and we were literally ahead of them like 3 matches ago. Now they're ahead by 8 points. Shows what terrible form we've been in and what ridiculous form they've been in. Is Man City score immediately. Escribano crosses it into Reginald Fakir, and he heads it home far too easily. No marking in the box. And that's just far too easy. Jimenez heads it back to Escribano. No one closes him down. Veridiano barely even jumps. Maybe that's when I'd rather have Reba. What is his name? Albarracin. Maybe that's when I'd rather have Albarracin in there because he's got a little bit more in terms of heading ability. He's like 6'1". He can play center back, so maybe he would have done better. But you never know. Veridiano's just been the better player, so I can't justify starting Albarracin when he's just been absolutely horrific. He had one good game at center back when I had every other center back injured, but everyone had a good game. As Fakir gets another goal, another one that's just far too easy. I'm really considering taking off Veridiano off already. I'm actually going to do it. He's been absolutely horrific. He's coming off after 16 minutes. His man has scored 2 goals. Robinson going down this left-hand side. Puts it down to O'Toole, to Lopez, back to O'Toole. Just a through ball. I don't know what Veridiano is doing. That's Ferreira, this out of position. Where's Veridiano? Veridiano's just completely out of position. I don't know. He feels like he's playing center mid right there. Time to berate the team. Hopefully Albarracin can do something better. Because Veridiano has been absolutely inept to start this game. They have 5 shots. We have 0. We are on balance. I'm going to defensive. Because defensive. All I care about is, helping our goal advantage, goal difference. Because we have no chance of winning this game. We have already lost this game. There's no chance we're scoring 2 goals. I'm far from pleased. The worst performance of the season. And we've had some pretty bad performances. Man City are absolutely just throttling us. It's not even a competition. It's like we're a League 1 team or a League 2 team. And of course, another center back gets injured, and my backup center back is already playing at right back, so I don't have any backup for him. Ferreira can kind of play center back. He's 5'11", but he only has 11 jumping reach. Uh, Arias can't play center back. I don't think Thomas can play center back. I don't think either of them can play right back. I don't have anyone else that can play right back. So I guess Luan Ferreira is going to be playing center back. It's the only choice I have. This isn't going to be good. We have a defensive midfielder playing center back now, so we're going to lose by like 7 goals now. I'm going to berate the team again. Berating seems to work well. It didn't really work that time, but when you're losing, berating seems to always work. Like, Alexander Douglas has played a 6. Counthoff has played a 6. I can't sub off all of our incompetent players. We have 3 players on a sub 6.2. And they're all in the attack. And we've had like 2 shots on target. 2 shots at all. I don't think we've had a single shot on target. Looks like we might be having a penalty. Kaltov gets taken down by Azim. I don't think we're going to get back into this game, but it's at least a goal if we score it. We're probably not going to score it because we're absolutely horrific at penalties. Kaltov's going to take it. He missed his last one. He had a chance with a hat trick to get a hat trick with his last penalty he took, and he missed it. And he scores this one. It looked like it was going to go wide. I thought it was going to go wide again, but he finds the bottom right corner. And maybe I go to cautious. Maybe we can get something out of this game. Let's see what... I want to skip. See what our passing directness is. Still more direct. That's what I want. I want to play a very direct game. I don't know what to do. I literally don't know what to do. Alexander Douglas has to come off. Quintero's going to come in. You can't play a 6.2 and not get fined. He's going to be fined a week's wages. Easily a week's wages. Okay, it's time to go very attacking. Extremely direct. Shoot on sight. Don't play out of defense. Be more expressive. Play narrow. Distribute quickly. Distribute over defense. Take long kicks. Push higher up. Just throw everything at him. We have a chance here with basically no time left. Kaltot, is he onside? He is not. I didn't think he was, but I was hoping, just praying that he was, because that would have been a huge goal for us, but of course he's off. I think he was off by a wide margin. I don't know why he's standing so far offside. It's not even going to show it to us. Great. Thank you, Football Manager. That's going to be how the game ends. That was our last chance. Looks like we're going to have the ball again, but I don't think anything's going to come from this highlight. We've just been absolutely incompetent. Like, what is that? Like, I don't even understand. Our team has been so bad. It's going to show the offside now. Yeah, he's very offside. Now, why you're showing as the game ends. Thrash arms. You're going to be training hard tomorrow. You do not get a rest after playing like that. Many people will wonder why you decided not to use Amarius Alario despite losing today. Can you enlighten us further? There are far worse players I had to take off. I think the players out there at that stage were more likely to get us back into the game than Marius was. You were predicted You were predicted by many to be beaten heavily today, but only lost by 1 goal. In the end, is that a performance you can take heart from? No. The game was there for us for the taking, and we didn't have it in us to seize the initiative. We were not good enough. It's not good. Not a good result. Losing to Man City is not a good result when they're in 13th place and we're in 2nd or 3rd. And Marshall's out 2 to 3 months. Is he injury prone? Because this is like the 4th injury he's had this season. He is not injury prone, but he has been injured for like 95% of the season so far. I'll send him to a specialist. Give me Alexander Douglas. Fine. All right, discipline player for poor performance, fine a week's wages. Kai, discipline player for poor performance, fine. I'll give you a half a week's. You weren't quite as bad. I wish I could find Kaltoff, but he got a goal. Like, oh yeah, cancel to discipline him. Okay, I'll find you a half week wages. Other than that penalty, you were absolutely horrific. Veridiano, can I find him? I might have taken him off too soon. Yeah, it's not going to let me find him. That's all the fines I'll do. I don't know what to do with this team. Like, that was just a completely incompetent performance. The worst performance I've ever seen from this team. And it was away at Man City, and we only lost by 1 goal, but if you look at the match stats, they absolutely throttled us. I mean, we had the same amount of shots on target. We actually had more XG, but most of that was the penalty. They didn't really do a whole lot going forward, but we didn't do anything going forward. We had 6 ratings going forward. Alexander Douglas, Jones, and Caltoft all accept their fines, as they should, because they were garbage. I'll see you for the Arsenal match. It is at home, so hopefully it's a better performance. Before we get to that Arsenal match, we are making a new signing. Just a player that came up in the scouting reports that I could get for $12 million. It's only $4 million from the current budget, up to $12 million in fees. $35K per week, squad player. Carlos, he's pretty good for a 17-year-old. Right inverted winger. He's above 12 in literally everything except for long shots that he needs as an inverted winger. 15 dribbling, 15 pace, 17 acceleration, 16 balance, all at 17 years old. So he looks like he can be really good. He knocks ball past opponent and cuts inside from both wings, which is fine by me. I don't know why Atletico Madrid are selling him, because he seems like he's a really good player. Like, he's almost as good as Quintero is right now, and he's, 13 years younger? Let's look at Quintero. Yeah, Quintero's a little bit better technically and vision-wise, but Carlos is faster, better, a little bit more attacking. So I think Quintero's still better right now, but he's, like I said, he's 13 years older. So I think Carlos is going to be a great signing. We don't really have a third option in that inverted winger position. So he can be that third option, and he can really take over from Saul sooner than later, because we might be selling Saul because he's 30 years old, and he's worth a little bit of money, so we can get something for him. So I'm going to complete that signing. He's going to come in. I think he won't come in until January, but we're also going to be making a sale, because Robert Dwessel is absolutely a crybaby that he's not a first-team player. Somebody came in for, some Algerian team or something like that came in for him, or, I don't even know what country it was. Came in for him, and he's like, I would have gotten a lot of first-team football there, but it's like a crap division, so why are you wanting to play in the crappiest division you could ever go to when you could play in the Premier League? You're obviously not going to get a whole lot of game time in the Premier League, but you're a valuable backup. You could have played at, 4 different positions. He's not very good, but he's an option. So, but he's a crybaby, so I'm selling him. I don't want him on this team. I'll find other options at right back if I need to, so he's going for 18 million, something like that, which is a pretty decent price for a player that sucks. So I'll see you in a couple days for the Arsenal match, for real this time. We are here on the day of the Arsenal match. Jamie Marshall has to drop out because of his 2-month injury, so Albarracine's going to come in. Ramon's been awful, so I'm going to give Albarracine a shot at center back. Ramon comes on the bench. Arias comes in at left back because Thomas Duffy was absolutely incompetent in that last match. He's been playing awful. Quintero comes in for Douglas because Douglas has been the worst player in the Premier League this season. A 6.34 average rating. I would hope another player in the Premier League doesn't have that bad of an average rating, because they should be immediately fired and never allowed to play football again if they have an average rating that bad. He's a player that should be our best, if not second best, maybe third best player, and he's been the worst player I've ever seen. I don't know if I've ever seen a 6.34 in the last 5. I don't know if I've ever seen a rating that low, but he's been the worst player I've ever seen in Football Manager. I don't understand it. His attributes are amazing. Amazing dribbling, amazing pace, amazing mentals. But he plays like hot garbage. He was fine last year, too. He was good last year. He was our second best player last year. But he's been absolutely incompetent this season. I don't understand what's going on. But he's been benched because he's just so bad. So Quintero's going to come in. He's unhappy because he wants his agreed playing time, which, is he supposed to be a starting player? Because I don't know why he would ever be. Where does it say his role? Why does it not say his role anywhere? I want to see what his role is. If he's supposed to be a first-team player, agreed playing time, squad player. So you're getting squad player minutes. Fringe player. I don't want to upset him. I'm not going to put. He's already upset. Screw it. Squad, agreed playing time, fringe player. Congratulations, you're a fringe player now. You're getting a game though, because literally no one can be worse than Douglas. Melo Harris is back into the bench, but I don't think he's ready to start. Ferreira's been doing okay, so he's going to get the start. Let's get right into the game. See if we can play better. Again, it's going to be a we owe Arsenal after what happened in our last match. Go out there and get revenge. Albarracine, Ferreira, and Quintero. I have faith. Quintero's going to probably be awful. Bad morale. He's already a pretty awful player. Both teams come to this one in a spell of poor form. Is this therefore a good opportunity to step up and arrest your recent struggles? It's a great opportunity to shake off our malaise, find our focus, and turn our form around. Jamie Marshall misses out due to injury. How much of an absence will he be? Jamie is hard to replace, and that's putting it lightly. We don't have anyone that's near the quality of Jamie Marshall. He's clearly our best, if not second best, center back we have. I thought they were going to immediately score after a minute. It just was almost destined to happen based on our recent form. We've been allowing goals in like the first 30 minutes of games over the past 5 games. So I was sure it was going to happen again, but not quite. They couldn't find the top corner, as we've done nothing so far. Absolutely nothing. Neither really of Arsenal, though, so that's good, but I need to see this team doing positive things, and that's not it. Crossing the ball directly to the goalkeeper is not what I would call a positive thing. Sousa's going to get that ball out from the goalkeeper. It's going to find his way to Watkins Jones. Back to Veridiano, to Ferreira. The good thing about Veridiano being, or not Veridiano, but Everton being so short is he can easily pick him out of a lineup. As Quintero finds the back of the net. Maybe he should be the starter, because Alexander Douglas hasn't done that in like 3 months. So maybe Quintero needs to be the guy. Yeah, Everton, you can always pick him out whenever he has the ball, as he almost gets the assist. Kaltoft actually gets the final assist there. It's good to see Kaltoft playing well again, because he should be. I think he's our best player. Watkins Jones is up there. Alexander Douglas should be, but he's just obviously not. Zigovic is probably up there as well, because he's played really well, even though his attributes aren't that amazing. As Albarracin, I thought it was Sousa going to put it in, but Albarracin gets his head on the free kick, and we get a goal. After 37 minutes, we are up 2-0. A pretty good start to this game. We're being clinical in front of goal. It looked like it just barely missed Sousa, and then just falls to Albarracin at the back post. He is clearly onside. That is second goal of the game. We're finally playing well. It only took, a month for us to play well. A month and a good Bournemouth game for us to play well. Do I say I'm delighted, or do I say don't let your performance levels drop? Because I'm very happy, but I don't want them to suck in the second half. I'll say I'm very happy. Always gets a good response, so hopefully them being happy is going to bring in good performances. Usually I say don't be complacent, but 2-0, surely we're not going to give that up, as it looks like we're going to try. Checo has the ball from Andre Luis into Van der Putten to Artemitas, and he crushes it from outside the box into the back of the net. An absolute worldie, and it is 2-1. We are going to lose this lead now. Great. It took a wonder strike from Arsenal to do it, though, so maybe they just don't score another wonder strike. We're not going to lose, hopefully. Just a ridiculous shot. Messalongas has to do better there. He gets a hand on it, but he can't keep it out. Messalongas has to be quicker getting to that ball. He was far too slow. As Watkins Jones still hasn't done anything so far this game. Hopefully he can get a goal, because he needs that confidence. He got a hat trick 2 games ago, but that's literally the only game in the past 2 months where he's been competent. So I'd like to see more from him. I'd like to see a little bit of consistency, even though he's inconsistent. But Vidovic is consistent. Supposedly he has green consistency, but he's consistently awful. So that consistency is not very useful. Sarah Volton has the ball on the left-hand side, gives it to Arias, but the ball in goes easily to the goalkeeper. Put far too much underneath that. Like, I am telling them to do mixed crosses, but I don't think that's a good cross. Like, Sarah Volton gets the ball, gets tackled, but it falls to Kaltoff, back to Sarah Volton, through to Watkins Jones, and he chips the keeper. That's what I've been looking for. A little bit of clinical edge from Kai Watkins Jones. A nice little dink over the keeper from the ball from Velton. The Armenian midget finds Watkins Jones, and he finds the back of the net. A nice through ball from Velton, and a nice chip from Watkins Jones. And we are 3-1 up now. Surely we're not going to throw this away. Another highlight here in the 73rd minute. It's a throw in for us. I've told the team to do short throws this season, because long throws I don't think we got a single goal from a long throw last season, so long throws are absolutely broken. So I'm going short, because more often than not we were conceding goals from long throws. So we were just giving them the ball, and they were just countering on us and scoring immediately. So we've got a lot of tired players now. I'll take off Caltoft. He's on a yellow. Bring in Petter. Zigovic is a little bit tired and he hasn't played amazingly. I'll bring on Alaru. Probably take off Ferreira next, but I'll give him a little bit more time. Actually, it's pretty late in the game. I'll take him off now. Give Celso a little bit of game time. Get his match sharpness back up. Gonna praise the team. I think I hit praise. As Arias gets injured. And we've made all 3 of our subs. Wonderful. Right? We made all 3? Yeah. I really want to make this sub. Please let me make this sub. What do I do now? Who plays left back? Malheiros, I think you're going to learn how to play left back. Because I have no other options. You're going to play fullback on defend. Radiano's going to play on defend. Yeah, I guess I just go with that. Maybe put the wingers back to support. Give them a little bit more deeper, a little bit deeper. Maybe move Everton back to support. I guess that's what I do. Surely we can see this game out. There's only 5 minutes left. Let's go very defensive. Waste time. Lower the tempo just a little bit. Be more disciplined. Stop running up the defense. Stop passing into space. Let's see this game out. Surely they're not going to score twice in 5 minutes, and it looks like they're not going to. We're going to hold on to the lead. Went 8 minutes over, but we get the win anyways. Good performance from most of our team. Like, no terrible performances. Ferreira and Veridiano with a 6.6. But Albarracin with a good performance, which is great to see. Velton with a great performance. Joaquin Jones playing well. Quintero actually playing well. So someone on the right wing doing something. That's a positive. Now, just what I'm saying, I'm very happy with the result and the way you played. Do that more often, please. You have to be happy with that win, right? We were excellent and thoroughly deserved the win. I'm so proud of this team. How do you think the two teams fared against each other from a tactical perspective? I learned a lot, which is a good thing. I'll go away and think about how we can react to what unfolded out there. That puts us back up to second place on goal difference over Southampton. Watford are just running away with it. I do think they must have lost this last game. They lost to Stoke, actually. Wow. Stoke's still doing pretty well in 6th place. Millwall, unfortunately, are not doing well. 5 points and a negative 28 goal difference. That's not ideal. So one team that's promoted with us doing well. The other team, not as much. Arias out 3 to 4 weeks. Sepulak, is he playing well? Not especially, but he had a good game last game. I'm hoping he can come in and be like our third striker. Our third striker right now is Joe Gray. I think that's his name, Joe Gray. Yeah, Joe Gray, who's pretty decent. He's not as good as Sepulak, though. If I compare them, can I compare him to Sepulak? Yeah. Sepulak's a little bit better. He's not as fast, actually, but he's better, more physical, better technically. I don't know. Maybe Joe Gray's a little bit better. He's better attacking, better mental. Yeah, he is much better mentally. And he's better physically. 12 jumping reach to 4. I didn't realize Sepulak had such low jumping reach. And Joe Gray's 2 years younger. Maybe Joe Gray is the guy. I like the look of Sepulak, but maybe Joe Gray's the guy. I think it's just his 18 dribbling that really makes me like Sepulak. Because that's a really good attribute for a 20-year-old. 16 technique. He's got decent passing. He is only 5'7", but I think he'd be a good future striker for us. I think he's got a little bit more potential than Joe Gray has, too. I think he has 5-star potential. Yeah. In terms of where we're going to come back for next episode, maybe Chelsea Stoke. Stoke are doing well. Western and Swansea aren't doing especially well. Millwall are terrible, so we should be able to smash them. Chelsea aren't doing well. Chelsea are 16th, but that'll be a good gauge of how well we're doing. Chelsea at home. And then Stoke, a team that got promoted with us, away from home. Yeah. And then I'll probably come back for Liverpool Man United as the next match. I probably won't show the FA Cup match. Dude, Tottenham again. Wait, did I show Liverpool Man United earlier? Yeah, I showed Liverpool Man United already this season, haven't I? So I don't really want to show that again. So I don't know. I'll see what I come back for next episode, or the episode after next. But next episode, I'm going to be back for Chelsea Stoke. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.